Gandang gabi po sa lahat. This is Coach Lininho empowering Pinoys, especially the 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Frequently asked nutrition and fitness questions answered. And this especially for 40s and above. So if you find value dito sa live natin, you may want to tag or maybe share this to the people that you matter to you, especially your friends and family who are over 40, because these questions are often asked by 40s and above. So whether you are in low carbon fasting and whether you are into fitness or without workout. So I hope that this video will give impact no sa mga 40s and above saan man sulok ng mundo. So let me know from the comment section below ano po yung meals natin or maybe where are you tuning from. I like to mention each one of you so that meron tayong interactive at saka engaging na talks tonight. So there you have it. Hello po sa mga live natin na viewers. Hello to Ma'am Pia Tulio Buena. Kamusta po yung meals natin, Ma'am? Tita Pressy. Hopefully yung audio ko okay na, Tita Pressy. No? So far so good. And hello to you, Ma'am Mary Valencia, watching from Hong Kong. Good place po yan, Ma'am Mary. Kamusta po yung mga Pinoy dyan? And there you have it. So mga questions na to are very, very important that it's clear to you. Kasi when you look at social media, we are living in an age of information. Not just information, but abundant information. So when you have all this information around you, sometimes if it's too much, it's overwhelming. And if it's overwhelming, it's confusing. So that's why we have to settle all these questions so that you have a path. Kasi when I remember when I was starting working out, no, marami akong questions. So ginawa ko trial and error. I had no means no to hire a coach. Kasi student, tapos of course minimum yung wager. So I had no means to have that mentor or a coach to go to person if I have questions. So what I did, I go sa internet, tapos yung mga questions, nandun yung mga answer pero hindi pala applicable for me. So I don't want that to happen to you. Yung tinatawag na trial and error. If hindi ka mag-work, tapos lipat ka na up until you won't achieve your fitness goals. So let me know from the comment section below if you are watching maybe in the, kasi meron tayong mga OFW, mga Pinoy outside abroad, no? So I'd like to mention each one of you regardless of yung time natin na difference, no? Ang ganda kasi yung space at saka yung time, regardless of the time and space, you are connected dito sa Facebook Live natin. So dito, again, we have ebook and we give it for free. And if you don't have the ebook yet, we give it sa mga who want to start their fitness goals, 40s and above. No, I have an ebook for that completely free. And also I have an ebook for low carb and fasting. So if you want to start your low carb fasting on a journey, and if you don't know how to start, you may want to start doing this. And make sure mo lang na you are guided kasi may mga information about low carb and fasting. If you don't do it the right way, there are consequences and we want to avoid that. Okay? So if you want to have those ebooks, kindly message me here sa page ko, Coach Lininho, helping 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. So message nyo po ako dito sa page ko, and then of course if we have live, whenever we have live, at least when you're following this video, you will be notified by Facebook right away. So there you have it. Hello to you sa mga live and avid listeners natin. Hello, Ma'am Carolina. Si Ma'am Carolina is one of our student, modern senior who is working out. So hello, Ma'am. Kamusta yung walking natin kanina? Ma'am Evelyn Solis, good evening. God bless you too. We have here Neselito Katubo. Good evening to you, Ma'am. Madam Regina. Kamusta po tayo, Madam? Coach Riz, as always, listening to you while naglalaba. So multitasking, tinatawag yun na modern adult naglalaba at saka nag-learn at the same time. So question here from Ma'am Pia. Let's answer this question mamaya, no? That's a good question, Ma'am Pia. And of course here, good evening to you, Ma'am Flor de Lisa Sakdalan. Good evening, watching from YouTube. Also here from Notcha Ismael, watching from YouTube as well. Good evening to you, Ma'am. And Ma'am Lorena Posadas, ng PP ni Ma'am Ha. Mahilig kayo sa cat, no? Hello, Coach. Good always watching your live na very informative. Thank you po, ma'am, na you find this live giving you values and information, no? Sabi dito ng Tita Pressy, last meal, fried salmon and bacon plus avocado, cucumber, olives, strawberries, wow, and blueberries. Very dense at saka variety. Alam niyo, hindi nakakaumay if you have variety, no? So, ganda lang meal niya, ma'am. May Yamamoto. Kumbawa to you, ma'am. Kamusta yung meals natin? Ma'am Teresa, di pa Milo as always. Thank you for tuning in. So there you have it. First question here is this. How often should you exercise? How many times in a week should you work out? Regardless if you are into home workout with dumbbells or maybe if you are in the gym. So this is a good rule of thumb. If you are starting, if you are a beginner, I'd like to suggest you do 3 times a week. 3 times a week. That's a good start. And then as you progress, maybe you go for 4. But usually, if you go 3 times a week plus full body workout, it's really a great schedule routine, no, for adults. Kasi when you look at the lifestyle of adults, no, 40s and above, you have lots of responsibilities at home, at work, maybe at your church or your community. Marami po. So how would you balance things? So you may want to go for 3 times a week. Now that's a good rule of thumb. For others, especially if you have a goal, and of course if your recovery rate is fast, and then if your protein intake, kasi protein can help you with recovery. No, you may want to increase the frequency. Kasi when it comes to progressive overload, no, we talked about progressive overload last time. It is not just about the weight that you increase. It's also the frequency. How many times in a week po kayo nag-workout? So, for others, it is not recommended, first and foremost, so to do it every day. It's not recommended. Kasi muscles, yes, they are destroyed in the gym. We need that. We need resistance. We need to expose our muscles to stress. Kasi when you expose your muscles to stress, that's where it will grow and adjust and adapt. And after which, it needs rest. Yung muscle po natin is not just growing inside the gym. Actually, it grows more inside the bedroom. Kasi growth hormone are usually released when you are sleeping. So take note that if yung sleep mo kulang, recovery mo compromise, tapos gabi yung workout mo, sayang. So what you do, you have to balance all those things. So if you are consistent with your workout, what you want to do is to make sure yung recovery mo in your bedroom is adequate. So do it 3 times a week, tapos have active rest in between workout days. So when you say active rest, it doesn't mean na walang workout on that day. Matutulog lang po tayo or maybe binging Netflix nasa couch all throughout the day. It won't help you with your health. It won't help you with your recovery. So what you want to do is still be active by walking, or maybe for others, if you're into fat loss, they may go for a bit of, running, pacing, 6 kph na pacing if you're in treadmill, no. So that could help. So 3 times a week. As for my case, kasi I have a goal, and also my tolerance towards workout is different, and also I make sure my protein intake is high for recovery. Yung workout days ko actually 6 times a week. Why 6 times a week? And I don't recommend to do it. 6 times a week may not work for you, but it works for me. Kasi, again, I love working out. I don't feel complete without workout. Kasi I usually start my day with workout, and after which I feel accomplished at saka I feel energetic. So I tried 3 times a week, parang bitin talaga for me. I tried 4 times a week, bitin talaga. 5 times a week, okay lang. 6 times a week, that's my ideal for me. So again, disclaimer, 6 times a week may not work for you. It depends on your level, it depends on your lifestyle. But again, the wise frequency for you, I would say 3 times a week, full body workout. I hope that's clear. Number 2, what time of day is best to work out? See, that's a good question. Most of the questions that I got when I had my orientation with my students, yung one-on-one coaching ko, they would ask me, Coach, ano yung preferred na time for working out? Now, First and foremost, the best schedule to work out is the one you can stick to. Meaning, if you're consistent with that schedule, it won't compromise your work, it won't compromise your energy. That's the best schedule for you. As there are many factors that you have to consider when it comes to the schedule of your workout. Others, if they work out in the morning, they feel accomplished, refreshed, energetic all throughout the day. There are people who will work out in the evening. They feel na yung tulog nila sobrang sarap, sobrang deep. Alam niyo yun? May mga ganun tao eh. So it depends. But again, if you are consistent with it, especially with that schedule, go for it. But according to science, according to evidence, when it comes to priming your body to be energetic, the science is leaning towards early afternoon, around 1, 2, 3 p.m. Kasi that's the schedule wherein your body mo is warm up na ba? Na prime not to do the heavy stuff. So that's the reason others would go for afternoon, early afternoon. But again, you cannot force that to everyone. Kasi iba-iba yung schedule natin eh. More so if you're 40s and above. So I'd like to give this recommendation if you have a work, no? And then kasi, what I usually notice with 40s and above, I'm not sure if this is applicable to you. What I notice is, after work, pag-uwi sa bahay, marami ng distractions and responsibilities. If you agree with that, say yes in the comment section. After work, uwi sa bahay, responsibilities sa bahay, luto, or maybe take good care of your children. Diba? Maraming distractions. And sometimes when you try yourself working out, marami kang naririnig, marami kang distractions. So for others, that's not applicable. What I would say with that setup is make a little sacrifice. Do it first up in the morning. Kasi tulog pa lahat, wala kang distractions. You can do your workout first. And also, I do believe in the principle of doing the hard things first. Kasi working out is not easy, di ba? It's challenging. But if you do it first, the rest of the day may look like easier. Correct? May look like easier kasi nagawa mo na yung pinaka-mabigat at saka pinaka-challenging up in the morning. So you feel accomplished right after. Tama? Again, the best schedule is the one you can stick to. That's the second question and we answered it. Number 3, how long should my workouts be? This is a common question as well. How many minutes, how many hours? I remember I have a student that before we had our one-on-one coaching, yung session niya, yung usual session niya sa workout, 2 hours. And then imagine, wow, 2 hours. You can spend that amount of time in the gym. How about your work? How about your other responsibilities? Now, 2 hours, I would say, is not wise. Kasi when you hit the 1 hour mark, usually, yung cortisol level mo, which is the stress hormone, again, when we work out, cortisol levels are released in good levels, and we need that. Okay, we need that, the fight or flight mode natin. So we need that kasi your body natin is under tension. Tama? But hindi siya chronic at saka prolonged kasi after the workout, that's relaxed. Tama? Pero kapag mag-hit na 1 hour and 15 minutes, it's too much for your body to handle. So meaning to say, the stress that you're giving to your body is too much. So when you do that, it's not building up your muscle. It's breaking down already. So that's what you call catabolic or breaking down of muscles. What we want to do is make it anabolic. Okay, when I say anabolic, it builds up your muscle. Now, I would give you this principle when it comes to workout. Kasi others would go for 2 hours because they have a deadline or maybe they want to make the best out of their gym hours, or weeks or months, whatever their goal is. Pero kasi it's not wise in the long term. Kasi if you want to do it, kumbaga squeeze in few days, baka you might be prone to injury and fatigue. So in the long perspective, long term, na point of view, it's not wise. What you want to do is consistent ka over time. Okay, consistent over time. What's the use of having it 2 hours, okay, twice or thrice a week, pero hindi ka naman magtatagal in a span of 6 months or maybe 4 months. Tama? So our perspective should be wide and long and deep and tall. Tama? So if you do it like 45 minutes to 1 hour, I think that's pretty manageable. Because you can stick to it. What is 45 minutes to 1 hour, di ba? We have the time to scroll in social media, di ba? We have that spare time. So that one is very manageable. I do believe on that, manageable in 45 minutes to 1 hour. And basically, when you do 45 minutes to 1 hour in workout, basically you have hit na your goal when it comes to your working out. As for my workout, I usually spend around 50 minutes, maximum 1 hour. Okay. If I do max 1 hour, I need to remind myself na it's too much. 45 minutes. Minsan may mga 30 minutes din, minsan 45 minutes. It depends on the goal. Kasi I have scheduled na sa workout ko ngayon. Again, it depends for my workout, ngayon yung pinakamahaba talaga is yung leg day for me. Kasi yung leg day ko, yung lower body, I usually combine lower body workout plus the ab workout. That's why it would take me an hour. That's my max for leg day plus core. How about you? So if you're working out more than 1 hour, I think that's not wise. Stick to 45 minutes to 1 hour and then stick to long-term habits. Those people who commit to few and then consistent steps over time will have results. Few basic things, but you committed it over time, you will have results. That's the effective and basic principle when it comes to growth. Okay, that's number 3. Before I move to number 4, I'd like to say hi to our amazing viewers. Hello to you. So, Coach, watching from Taiwan, okay lang po ba 30 minutes everyday workout? Yes. Yes na yes. But I like to ask, what kind of workout is this? Make sure mo lang na at least na-hit mo yung full body na workout mo. Especially with your body part, no, at least twice a week. What do you mean by that? Kunwari, yung legs mo, at least you're hitting it twice a week. Okay, your chest at least twice a week. That's the good amount of frequency you're giving to your muscle group. Okay, very important that you have a structure for it. May question din kanina. I think I'd like to answer some of your question. No? Sabi dito ni Ma'am Pia, is indoor rower beneficial for muscle toning? Indoor rower. I'm not familiar with indoor rower as of this moment. Okay, so when you say indoor rower, this is the machine that you use for row or maybe the workouts that target yung back na muscle. This is okay. This is good if you have the means to do this, to purchase this kasi it's a machine. Go for this. Now, when you say muscle toning, I think I have to rephrase that kasi when you say muscle toning, I think the better term is muscle gain. Kasi your body won't be toned without muscles. So what you want to do is to grow your muscles. Kasi I understand now what you mean by toning, no, but it's wise to focus on muscle gain. Kasi when you are gaining muscle, your body is toned. Okay, so yeah, that could grow your muscles and become toned over time. Hello to you, Ma'am Cabs, of course. Kamusta kayo, Ma'am Cabs? Hello to you, Ma'am Jamaica. Yeah, thank you for tagging your friends. Consistency wins the game. I do believe on this. Now, it's very important. No? You don't compare your level 1 to someone's level 10 or level 100. Let's focus on your own race. And sometimes kasi, what we feel when we look at social media and we see these people posting, they have these results in 6 months or maybe 45 days. Sometimes it's doubtful kasi either you are putting magic on it. Alam yung mga growth hormones, no? It's that's the easier route to do it. But of course, if you want to do it naturally, it takes time talaga. It takes years. So the only competition we have is our past self. Let's compete with our past self. Okay? Hello to you, Ma'am Elizabeth Escobar. Napakagaling ni Ma'am Elizabeth. Always posting yung mga workout niya and it is growing. It's yung muscle niya, Ma'am, it looks great. So papatuloy niya naman, Ma'am Elizabeth. Hello to you, Ma'am Marisa Hambalos. Good evening to you. And Ma'am Josie is the testimony that you can gain muscle regardless of your age. Hello kay Ma'am Josie, kamusta dyan yung weather sa Bukidnon? Question again, Coach Nin from Sir Gotch, what is our approach to muscle bulking in low-carb diet? How many carbs do we need, Coach, for this phrase? Okay, this one, it really depends on your current lifestyle. Kasi there are people na may concern sa type 2 diabetes, and there are people of concern with their hypertension. So you don't want to do it drastically. Now, when it comes to low-carb diet and muscle bulking, it takes time. It really takes time. Others would go for carnivore. So it all boils down to the idea of calorie surplus. When I say calorie surplus, it simply means when you eat more than what your body is using, you will gain weight. You will gain weight. So that's the principle. So when you go, regardless if you're low carb or maybe carnivore or maybe into moderate carb, always make sure your calories are up and above your maintaining calories. So with this one, I cannot answer this one in exact na grams for carbs because this may give confusion to others and others may follow it. Kasi iba-iba po yung response sa katawan natin. Okay, so you have to know yung specific muna na goal at saka level ng tao. Hello to Ma'am Richie, malapit na yung goal ni Ma'am Richie, 0.1 closer, 0.1 kilogram na lang yung kinakailangan ni Ma'am Richie to achieve her ideal body weight, no? Coach Reese, it's my anniversary na sa workout, muscle building, still enjoying what I do. 1 year, can you imagine that? 1 year na naglipas and then you can see the results. Far, far beyond yung years na hindi ka nag-workout. Tama, Coach Reese. Keep it up. Keep inspiring us, Coach Reese. And also we have here, Bonaparte watching with you here in Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. Gandang place po yan. Kamusta po yung weather natin dyan? So that's the number 3 question. Let's proceed to number 4. No? Number 4 is, do I need to warm up before my workouts? Good question as well. Now, when you say warming up. So when you do the heavy things, diba? We have to warm up our mind, our emotions before we do the hard things. Kasi, can you imagine na kapag gugulatin kita, most likely you won't feel good. The same thing with our body. If you work out, lift weights, right after, no, walang memo na binigay sa katawan mo, it will be shocked. Okay, magugulat po siya. So hindi po gusto ng katawan natin na yun, na nagugulat siya. So yung warm up po is informing your body that you're about to lift heavy weights. What's happening inside our body actually when you go for warm up is yung blood flow, okay, ma-activate yung blood flow is active. Also, what you will feel yung veins mo is being activate as well. Na you are being set up, you are being primed for working out. So that's a good thing about it. So what you will do is go for dynamic warm-ups if you go for workout before you have your workout. And then what you go for, what's the difference with dynamic at saka yung opposite ng dynamic is what we have is the static stretching. So yung dynamic warm-up is yung gumagalaw ka. Okay? Kunwari yung ganito. Okay? Dynamic po yan. Gumagalaw po. Okay? So that's dynamic warm-up. The opposite is the static stretching. You know, go static stretching is do like this. Walang movement. Okay? More on stretching na siya. Okay? Now, if I ask you, ano yung better way when it comes to priming or warming up? The dynamic or the static? Dynamic or static? Of course, dynamic. Kasi you're priming your body for more blood flow. So more blood flow means you're telling your brain to go for heavy lifting. Tama? So, yung static naman na stretching, that's perfect for cool down. So the goal of cool down naman is to neutralize your blood pressure. So if you look at a graph now, yung warm up is doing like this, okay? Doing like this, priming your body for the workout. Tapos when you reach the top, of course, that's the workout proper. Then when you're about to finish, of course, cool down yan. So neutralize mo siya. So the goal of cool down is to neutralize your blood pressure na magkalma. Okay, after a tough na activity, you have to make sure na kumalma ka. So you may want to go for stretching for that. So like this. Okay, that's static stretching, no? Nagpapakalma siya. Okay, there are many things to do this, ha? So make sure lang na you are returning to your normal state at saka blood pressure at saka yung breathing natin. Okay, so that's stretching. Now, let's proceed to question number 5. Should I lift weights for strength training? And this question is common to you, mga babae. Kasi natatakot when it comes to working out. Should I lift weights for strength training? Now, the common misconception, I think, when it comes to muscle gain is you can achieve that through low-intensity workout. Now, when you say low-intensity workout or activity like running or maybe swimming or maybe yoga, the goal is not to gain muscle. The goal is more on relaxation, the more on heart health, more on burning calories in a short span of time. So that's the goal, and it's really, really good. But when it comes to muscle building, it needs some form of resistance. Kasi your muscle, when you work your muscle against weight, that's where your body, may micro tears po tawag doon. Yung muscle fibers natin, nababasag po siya. Okay, may mga tears, okay? And that's okay. After po siya mag-recover, that's where your muscle will become strong and will grow at the same time. So that's the beauty of lifting weights. Now, when it comes to being bulky, no, you don't want to be bulky and you don't want to be a bodybuilder. Parehas po tayo. I don't have the desire to look like a bodybuilder. What I want is just for my body composition at saka health. Sa mga babae, it's impossible for you to be a bodybuilder without steroids. It's impossible. Why? Because of our hormones. Yung lalaki, we have growth hormones, testosterone. And this drives our body composition, especially our muscle mass. Sa babae, mataas naman po yung estrogen. Hindi po mataas talaga yung testosterone. That's why when you inject or go for steroids, that's where you go bulky. Now, ano po yung nakikita natin na those people who are bulky? Most likely, their body fat is very high. So, if their body fat is low, hindi po sila magiging bulky. So, that's a difference. So, it's impossible, first and foremost, for you to be bulky without using steroids. And of course, you can achieve that naturally. So don't be afraid, go for lifting weights, do it the safe way. So that's number 5. Okay, number 6. I'm feeling really sore. Ang sakit, coach. What is the best thing to do? Now, lactic acid po yun. And that's normal. When you work out, may acid po na produce lactic acid, and that's what you feel na soreness, masakit. And that's normal. We need that for growth. Now, I like to deal muna with the conception of no pain, no gain. I do believe on that. No pain, but in correct levels of pain. Kasi others would go for this principle na kapag walang sumasakit, they're not doing it right. They are looking after the pain for them to affirm na tama yung ginagawa nila sa workout. Now, on my case, wala na talagang pain kasi yung pain tolerance ko nag-iba na. So I'm not really looking for pain. What I'm looking after is quality workout. I need to do it slow and low and not really looking after yung tinatawag natin quality reps. Okay? As many as quality reps as possible. So that's my goal every time I work out, not for the pain. Now, for beginners, especially when you are starting, no, it's really important to know that your body is not used to resistance. So normal lang po yun na sumakit siya. And sometimes it takes 2 days and sometimes 3 days, and that's totally okay. And know what? The more you do it, okay, the more siya magiging manhid. The same thing with muscle. Dapat tayo if we are prone to parati tayong sinasaktan, okay? Di ba? May hugot, no? Parati tayong sinasaktan, nagiging manhid ka po sa problema. The same thing din po with muscle. If na-expose siya most of the time sa resistance because of your lifting weights, yung pain tolerance po tumataas. So the same thing. So what you will do is continue. That's number one. Number two, it's not wise to just sit or maybe lie down all throughout the day after a day of workout. Kasi I remember I have this friend na after a day of training, ginawa niya a day after, sobrang sakit, natulog lang siya. So alam niyo ba nangyari? Yung pain, nawala siya after 3 days. Tumagal. Whereas on my part, first time ko din mag-workout noon when I was in first year college, yun nangyari because I did a walk, a bit of walking lang around 15 minutes, no? But I experienced na wala yung pain around 2 days. Why? Kasi that's what we call blood flow. Blood flow, yung rate ng blood flow is mabilis when you go for activities. When you are moving, when you're walking, or maybe some form of running. So yung rate ng blood flow is mabilis. It will help you with recovery. Kasi kapag nadadaanan siya ng blood, okay, it helps you with recovery. Kapag stagnant po, I mean not really stagnant of course, but slow po yung rate ng blood flow, it won't help you with recovery. That's why we call it active rest. A day after a workout, we call it active rest. So you have to commit for a quick walk for you to recover. Okay, so that's it. And then lastly, of course, I like to mention as well, the best nutrient, macronutrient for recovery is protein. Kasi diba, your muscles, there are micro tears. Diba, na-damage siya. So what you want to do is to replenish. Kasi the building blocks of life is amino acid and you can get that from protein. So if you want a faster recovery, go for quality protein. So when you go deeper naman for protein, I always mention this, go for the essential amino acid kasi when you go for protein brands, marami pong protein brands and hindi po equal when it comes to quality. You always go for quality protein. So if you look at the label, the most essential amino acid when it comes to muscle growth and muscle repair, 3, leucine, okay, isoleucine at saka valine. So always look on the label when you look for protein shake if ever you need one. Also, we can have this amino acid from meat as well. But of course, supplementation comes if you need some form of convenience in your life. So that's number 6. Number 7 is, and last, how do I stay motivated to work out? And this is a very common and powerful question. Kasi we ask this question because there are days that we don't feel motivated. Tama? There are days na problems will strike us. There are times now we are stressed. There are times there's a bit of pressure, and that's okay. What I would recommend is, regardless of what you feel, okay, go for workouts. Kasi workouts can deal with hormones, one of which is in endorphin, which is the happy hormone. That's why we notice and we feel this most of the time, that after our workout, we feel good. We feel happy. Do you agree with that? If you feel that way as well, type in the comment section, endorphin. Because, again, that's released after a workout. We feel good. We feel uplifted. So, don't wait for the feeling of motivation before you work out. Don't wait for it. What you need to do is to work out, then have the good feeling after. Don't wait for the good feeling or the motivation before you act on something. Do it first, and then good feelings will follow. Kasi yung body natin is very fair. I mean to say, if you do this, you will have this. So if you want to have a good feeling, a rewarding feeling, you must work for it. And one of which to work for it is through working out. So that's it. And always commit to the process. We are always engrossed minsan sa results. No? We want results as soon as possible, that we forget to enjoy the process. So when you look at the mirror every day, you won't see progress talaga kasi on a daily basis. But if you look and compare yourself last year to today, when you're committed to your lifestyle right now, which is good nutrition plus workout, you would see huge difference. And that's it. Commit to the process. Commit to the process and enjoy the process. Okay? There you have it. I hope this helps you. Again, I think we have some questions here. And let's say hello to you. Good evening, F. France and Daya. Good evening to you, Ma'am Len. Lingat, Marisa. How? Good evening to you, ma'am. And hello to you, Tibwen. Gang, kamusta po kayo, ma'am? At saka, of course, mga students, si Ma'am Ma'am Marjorie Torres. Some questions here. If may question po tayo, place it here. We have this Q&A session for fitness or maybe low carb and maybe fasting, especially for 40s and above. Place it here so we can have an engaging discussion. Kaya pala, before I forget, no, Feb 14, tama? We have Valentine's Day. So what's your plan for Valentine's Day? So what I will recommend to you, kapag may gala or maybe may dine out, first and foremost, you have to enjoy it. Kasi that's the purpose of food, celebration. Okay, sometimes we're so engrossed with food that our life revolves around it, and diet especially, that we forget to enjoy what's before us. So I like to suggest to you, highly suggest to you, that you enjoy that day with your loved ones. No? Go for protein first. So may steak dyan, may meat dyan, may fish dyan, go for it first. Kasi we want to replenish our protein sources and needs first. And of course, if you have the appetite, go for the things that you like after you have fulfilled your protein needs. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Hello to you, yes, yeah, happy to help. God bless you always, Tita Pressy. Napakasweet talaga, Tita Pressy. Menchita Sagwit, good evening, watching from Mindoro. So there you have it, and I hope this video helps you. Again, here's WPG. We have coaches, and our goal is to make the life of 40s and above simpler. Yung 40s and above, most of you are busy, and some of you need accountability. So WTG is offering one-on-one coaching services. If you don't want to do it by your own, if you don't want to do trial and error, and if you want a specific guide with your meal plan, nutrition plan, at saka workout plan, we have a coaching guide, one-on-one coaching for you. So message nyo po ako if you need one. We're offering that especially for 40s and above. And question here before we close the live. Hello po, gain 1 kilogram na po since I follow your teachings. Wow, on muscle building with Coach Dan. Sir, question po, kailan po kakain ng carb like kamote? Sa araw lang ba ng schedule ko ng workout or everyday po? Now, this is a good question. Now, so Ma'am Mayrafe has followed what we call the moderate or lower carb na path kasi meron siyang kamote. So with this one, I would suggest you schedule it, ma'am. First, it would be best to have your carbs after your workout. Okay, para ma-replenish po siya. Okay, so that's number one. Now, as for the schedule, it must be done. I suggest especially if you are monitoring naman your protein at saka your calories, no, overall, it would be best to have it every day plus workout. Okay, so kamote plus workout. We won't recommend this one if you're not working out, especially if you have concerns, and of course if you are into set up sa low carb na hindi liberal. So that's really good, Ma'am Mariafe. And also make sure din, ma'am, na yung calories nyo are well maintained para you will increase on a weekly basis. So measure nyo lang po yung weight nyo, maybe weekly. Tapos if you see progress, maybe 0.5 kilogram na increase weekly, you are doing it right. Kapag walang progress, adjust mo lang po yung pagkain nyo. Okay? And hello to you, Ma'am Cabs. God bless you too. There you have it. Again, my mission in life is to help 40s and above rebuild their health by gaining muscles. If you find value dito sa live natin, don't hesitate to share this to your loved ones or maybe tag them because it's never too late to start again. So if you can see my shirt right now, no? Sometimes we are focusing on the past. What if? No, you know what you will tell yourself right now? Even if hindi ko alam yung end ng gagawin ko nito, I will start my fitness goals. Even if wala akong budget, I will start my health goals. Even if I don't feel good today, I will still work out. Even if I don't like what I'm doing right now sa gym, I will still commit to this. Even if I have to wake up early for my workout, I will commit to it. Even if. Okay, so let go of the past and make your own future by doing the right thing today. Hello, yes, happy to help, Ma'am Marife, at saka hello to you, Ma'am Elizabeth, happy to help. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the evening and then bye-bye.